stuff
One.
with Jim Muff.
Oh, boy.
And it's going to be an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen, because
I'm in charge.
So eloquently put, the inmates indeed are running the asylum.
Big dog's in charge.
Alex being the big dog. So I pulled up the notes, Jim, and the first thing I found is I was supposed to talk to you about something before we started.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
But alas, we are here. Today is Monday, October 20th, in the year of our Lord 2025. And ladies and gentlemen,
Muff's got the old professional sound because he's in an office.
we have arrived. Another wild week in the college football world, some historic outcomes in the NFL, and much to be debated about the future of the college football season and some of the teams within it.
Yep, that's true.
As always, we have a full barn on here, our normal recording, which either happens on Sunday or Monday this week, because, well, life happens to us all. I do want to point out that we have increased our subscriber rate, and we are closer to the 100 mark, in which we will give away some prizes.
Prizes?
And that's the only thing that people are tuning in for and subscribing for. It's a piece to the puzzle, another brick in the wall. Here we go. As always, you can follow us at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram and Twitter. Sports Stuff with Jim Muff on Facebook, on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, rate, review, poke, like, tickle.
Get the bell on.
Ding, ding.
Get that bell on. If we have any new listeners out there, let's make sure everybody knows who's here today. I am your host of hosts.
Raise your hand if you're here today.
Raise your hand.
Good.
Hands up, hands up. Host of hosts, Muff, joined alongside the Ohio Homer, the Ohio Degenerate, James.
Hello. Hello.
The medical degenerate and the person who's steering the ship this evening, at least from the technical perspective, Alex.
That's me.
Nate put his hand up as if he was Alex. Unsure.
Nate is not Alex.
Right. Well, never mind. I'm watching the YouTube live here at the same time, so it was a little delayed. And last, certainly not least, our resident guru of officiating, Nate.
Present.
Exactly as it was expected to be. Nate gives us the down and dirty, the quick and easy. He is here and he is ready to talk football. We have a brief leadoff here. There's only one topic in the leadoff, and it is another college football coach biting the dust. This time, University of Florida former head coach Billy Napier is let go with about a $20 million buyout.
Let go after a win.
That's what I was just about to say that.
That doesn't happen often.
Feinbaum says he's a complete failure as a coach.
Do you agree, Jim?
I do not. I also think Paul Feinbaum is an asshat.
Yes, we all know that you think SEC media have a special place in hell.
They're worse than Columbus media.
That's a bold statement, James.
They are absolutely worse. I think firing Billy, like, why? Are you going to hire somebody now?
Because he's terrible.
He just won.
Okay, but in the grand scheme of things, he beat Mississippi State.
This is a firing for this. This has to be a firing for somebody you have waiting in the wings, or you're stupid. Because you got to figure his buyout goes down if he makes it through the year.
Right. Well, that goes into, I think, the bigger picture. We're going to go through the list of all of the programs when we get done talking about college football this week that are in the market, whether they have fired somebody throughout the year or whether they started the year with an interim coach. And that list is larger than I think any of us may have realized, because it was larger than I expected whenever I saw it.
Oh, no. I keep tabs on this, buddy.
Thank you, Nate. Nate.
I keep tabs on this list.
Do you?
Yep.
All right.
The next question is, do we add Clemson to this list? And I know you're trying to jockey for this later, but I know you're also leaving. So.
Not yet.
We'll get to that point, I feel like. All right. We're going to start out this week in the NFL. Thursday night footballs. The Steelers took on the Bengals in the Unk Bowl. We had the second oldest quarterback matchup in NFL history. Only
Did
second.
you just say Unk?
Unk Bowl. That's what people
My
are calling it.
God.
The Icy Hot Bowl, the Unk Bowl.
You're getting trendy.
You know, when you spend time around the youngins, Jim, you pick up some things here
They
and there.
keep you young, my guy.
They keep me young. They keep
Clock
me with
it.
my. They keep me with my hair. Second only to Drew Brees and Tom Brady as the oldest quarterback matchup in NFL history. The Bengals ultimately do come out with a victory. Joe Flacco has a huge game, and this solidifies for me as a Steelers fan that their defense is a problem and not the good kind of problem that it has been in years past.
Yeah, no, they're bad, and I had them as my fantasy defense, and I held on until now because I was like, surely they'll turn the corner. On paper, they're good. They are not good on paper or otherwise.
So that game was a fun game to watch, right? Despite my fandom, I was locked in all the way to the end. It was a good offensive duel between two great quarterbacks, right? Even if people have any reservations about Aaron Rodgers or Joe Flacco, they showed out in Thursday Night Football and created an entertaining Thursday night game with lots of points and back and forth, and it came down to that last possession. Any other thoughts?
No other thoughts.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not too down on the Steelers. It just like sucks that our defense should be good and they aren't.
Yeah. Next, we get into Sunday morning football in London town. The last game in London. I believe it's the last game this year. It's definitely the last game for the next 4 or 5 weeks. And the Rams dominate the Jaguars in their home away from home. Matt Stafford throws 5 touchdown passes, 3 of them to Devontae Adams. Unfortunately for the Jags, Brian Thomas Jr. made NFL history with 11 drops, which is the most in a single game ever.
Why do you go to him that many times? Like, at what point do you stop?
I think it's like that. You guys like shoot to get in a slump, shoot to get out of a slump, swing to get in a slump, swing to get out of a slump. They're like, surely he'll catch one eventually.
Try again next week.
He's going to have to. 11 is a big number. Obviously, I think at this point they were leaving him somewhat open because of the dropsies. But the Rams convincing in this 35-7 win. Next, as we get into Sunday daytime action, we have the Chiefs blanking the Raiders 31-0 in Rashee Rice's first game back from his early season suspension, and he has 2 touchdowns. And I, along with other fantasy owners, would like to thank him for his return to the game and justify the fact that I held on to him throughout his suspension at the beginning of the season.
I mean, do we think that they were obviously going to force feed him on the way back? I mean, they had the free Rice shirts a couple weeks ago, and I mean, it was only a matter of time that this offense found someone.
Yeah, I mean, I expected them to do some stuff with him and get him more involved quickly. I did not expect this type of output. Unfortunately for the Raiders, they only ran 30 plays in this game, which is the fewest in a game since at least 2002. Alex, who's the quarterback for the Raiders?
I don't know.
That would be Geno Smith.
I think it's Derek Carr.
That is definitely not true, as he is.
Not Kenny Pickett.
It was Kenny Pickett towards the end of that game, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when shit gets so bad, yes, it is Geno Smith. He is not. He should have stayed with the Seahawks. I blame the Raiders.
Alex blames the Raiders for Geno Smith's downfall.
Yes, I do.
Speaking of teams that are on slides, we have the Dolphins taking on the Browns, and the Browns dominate this one, winning 31-6. It was a rainy, windy day in Cleveland, but the Browns do come out on top. And this may have sealed the outcome of Mike McDaniel and his fate in Miami.
It has to.
He doesn't even look like he wants to be there.
I don't think his team wants to be there.
It seems like the Mike McDaniel experiment's over.
How long will he last? I don't know, but he did bench Tua late in this game and made some post-game press conference statements about wanting to find people that are out there and not costing the team on the field.
I don't think this game's on Tua.
No. I don't think we can put this squarely on Tua's shoulders, but there's got to be a scapegoat, and I got to think that Mike McDaniel is going to lose that scapegoat off, and he's going to be the one that leaves town.
Agreed.
Next, we have the Patriots beating the Titans 31-13 in the Titans' first game since firing head coach Brian Callahan. Also served as Mike Vrabel's return to Nashville. The Patriots on a roll, albeit against some less than stellar competition. I would like to be validated that I called this 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That first half didn't look great, though.
When you win by 18, I don't care what the first half looks like in the NFL.
You're right. You're right.
Right. I can get behind that sometimes in the college game, but in the NFL, these are professionals. They're all getting paid.
You're right.
You win, you win. We'll see what happens with the Patriots in the upcoming weeks, as well as the Titans. All right. This is going to be another interesting head coaching carousel for Tennessee. Next, we have the Panthers taking on and beating the Jets 13-6. Bryce Young did exit this game in the third quarter with an ankle injury. Jets fall to 0-7. Justin Fields, amongst others, obviously we just talked about Tua, does get benched at the end of this one. I think that's more a statement on the Jets as a team than on Justin Fields himself.
Now you're just backpedaling, Muff. Stay aggressive.
Listen, if we want to get into that whole argument, we can. I've already proven.
I feel like we did it already. We did it off air.
We did that offline. For the listeners, Jim wanted to have a conversation.
Whoa. Now you're just going to chat my ass. Jim didn't want to do shit.
I knew that this was my fault. I should not have done this.
Muff popped off.
I didn't pop off. I simply shared
You did simply
something
share
that
something.
I found.
You shared something that you found out of nowhere,
How?
off the
Okay,
top
go ahead.
rope, dropping a bomb
About what?
about how the Jets are better off, or the Steelers are better off now that they've gotten rid of two quarterbacks.
Russ Wilson and Justin Fields. With
That's
the
where you went.
insinuation that they got rid of them and brought in Aaron Rodgers.
There's
Look
no
how much better their
insinuation.
offense is.
There's no insinuation.
I felt like there was.
There was 100% insinuation, Jim.
Insinuation that what? Let's clarify.
It says the Steelers won this deal.
That doesn't say that. It says they're better off.
Is that not true?
That they're better off in hindsight without those two guys. Yes.
Agreed. And
Okay.
they're definitely better off with Aaron Rodgers instead of those two as well.
It said Jets just benched Fields. Giants benched Wilson a couple weeks ago. Guess the Steelers made out pretty well there.
Indeed, they did. They rid themselves of less than stellar quarterbacks, brought in a Hall of Famer. The offense is good.
They
The
never said
defense
any
is
of
not.
that shit. Never said. You start throwing all the flavor and juice in there.
And then Jim questioned my fandom and how
I
committed
did.
I was. And I had to say, Jim, I am a Pirates fan. I am the most committed fan ever. You have jumped
That
on
was.
two
I
professional
feel like
teams.
that's what ended the argument.
That's what ended the argument.
So Panthers win 13-6. Bears beat the Saints 26-14. The Eagles beat the Vikings 28-22 because there's nothing more to say about that Bears Saints game.
No.
The Eagles do take down the Vikings 28-22. The Vikings settled for 5 field goals in this game, and that was the difference to why the Eagles were able to take this one. Jalen Hurts had a perfect passer rating. Not the greatest stat day if you're looking at yards and everything, but did notch the perfect passer rating.
Saul was the first time he's thrown for 300 plus yards in like 22 games.
Yeah. Right. Again, not the most impressive NFL stat line, but a great Jalen Hurts stat line. The Vikings may have been onto something in this one, everybody. The brotherly shove was, I'm not going to say stop because it was a false start, but the Vikings put a defensive lineman laying down in front of the center in this one, and that was apparently their way to address the brotherly shove. Do we think we're going to see this again?
I think this will be the death knell for the brotherly shove.
Yes, I was going to say it worked. They found a way to stop it. Yes, I feel other teams will try to replicate this in some way, shape, or form.
It looks
Well,
hilarious.
remember what they did a couple weeks ago when they played Tampa? They ran that formation and then ran a sweep out of it. So
I think this will be the thing that makes the safety commission come down and be like, no, no, no.
We can't have big boys laying down on the field like that.
Yeah, that's how somebody gets destroyed.
Yeah. So I agree, Jim. I think that is a logical progression of that act, is that they're going to be like, wow, please nobody else do this. That way we have to figure it out.
Yep.
So TBD, we will see. Next, the Colts continue their strong start, taking down the Chargers 38-24.
For the record, they were not favored in this game.
They were not, although I certainly took them.
Oh, I took them as well. I'm just saying they were severely disrespected.
They were. Do the Chargers have any hope left this year, or is it pretty much time for Justin Herbert just to cocoon up and pack it in and hope next year's a better year?
Harbaugh was the second coming of Christ. I don't know what you mean.
I think injuries have got the best of them so far.
Like they do every year.
Well, they lost, what was it, one of their starting offensive linemen for the year, Rashawn Slater, right? Like right after he signed his extension, whenever he's done for the year. Running back 1, running back 2 are out.
Every year something happens. Every year.
How many years has? So are you saying before even Harbaugh was there?
Yes.
When Jim was a Chargers fan, he did talk about this.
I know. I'm just making sure this wasn't a. I'm
not
making him
Harbaugh.
own that this is an attack on Harbaugh.
That injury thing is not an attack on Harbaugh. But Harbaugh is the second coming and it's going to turn it all around
Well, I mean, I talked about Justin Herbert and you took it directly to Jim Harbaugh. So, Jim, that was not.
I said it beforehand. When you said Chargers pack it up, I said the Harbaugh line.
Yeah.
As far as Herbert goes, like until they invest in something that's going to keep him upright across the board, same thing in Cincinnati, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. And that is the stat line here that I have, that Justin Herbert may be the new Joe Burrow. If you're looking at some of the statistics about the Chargers and about Justin Herbert is blitzed on 71, has been blitzed on 71 snaps. That's most in the NFL. He's been pressured 100 times, the most in the NFL. He's been pressured on almost 41% of his dropbacks, which is the third most, and he has been sacked 17 times, with the sixth most. But again, I think Justin Herbert is mobile enough to get out of some of those sacks and pressures, but he's still taking hits. So if they don't figure it out soon, you may as well just say Justin Herbert is Joe Burrow 2.0.
Good, but sacked a lot.
Yes, right.
Good,
Justin Herbert,
good, constantly on ass.
Well, and Justin Herbert, at least for the time being, is not as injury prone as Joe Burrow.
I thought about that before you said that, Nate, and I think it's the style in which they play. Burrow is reckless, is all hell when he tries to get loose, and I think Herbert goes to the ground easy. Like, all right, got me, go down.
Burrow, or he's big enough to get out of some of those and at least get to the sideline. And
I think sometimes Burrow plays that hero ball too much sometimes.
He does, but they don't win without him doing that. So it's
that
like
too.
Means to an end, I feel like, for Joe Burrow, at least his mindset. Next, we have the Broncos coming from behind.
How much is that as coaching, though? I'm sorry, to go back to Cincinnati versus the Chargers. I don't think Cincinnati's had a coach that said, hey, you are the franchise. Stop it.
Yeah. No, I won't disagree with that. For all of the crap that you do give Jim Harbaugh, I think he's at least self-aware enough to realize, this is the guy, and we gotta do something. We can't protect him, so we have to help him protect himself.
I think I've never said Harbaugh's bad at his job.
No, I don't think you've definitely made some statements about his recruiting prowess and his cheating, but never that he's a bad coach.
Exactly. And I want you also to know to keep up with the files. I didn't say anything about his ethics tonight.
You didn't.
I brought that up. Fair enough. All right, next we have the Broncos coming from behind to beat the Giants 33-32. This is an all-time bad beat in every way possible. If you had any money on the Giants, either as a money line or plus the points, well, I guess plus the points, you still got them. The Broncos trailed 19-0 at the end of the third quarter and ended
If
up
I'm-
winning 33-32.
If I'm the GM or even the owner of the Giants, taking a hard look at coaching here.
Definitely
give
taking a
up
hard look at a
19
lot of
points.
things.
To give up 19 points, and we had the Bash brothers and the momentum that we have, somebody's getting a meeting Monday.
Yeah. Not
I
only
think a
that,
meeting, but I don't think you do anything about it.
Yeah,
you're
but
up
there's going to be ass
19-0.
reaming.
Yeah, you're up 19-0. You score 13 more points in the fourth quarter and still lose.
Somebody's ass is mine Monday.
I think the next couple of weeks will determine if Brian Daboll makes it out alive this season.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. I will agree with that.
Because you got the franchise there, right? Like you now have something there to build off of.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you can't be losing those types of leads. Packers 27, Cardinals 23. Packers score a late touchdown to win this one. Micah Parsons 3 sacks. Reporters were so excited to go talk to Micah Parsons that they left Matt LaFleur's press conference to go to Micah's press conference.
I think this is also something similar. Like the Packers need like one more piece to be a franchise, to have like it.
Yeah, I mean, right now, defensively, they're not the best, but they're better. Offensively, these young receivers just need to start stepping up. Like for them to actually be the powerhouse that they could be. Jordan Love is, I would say, an above average quarterback.
Agreed.
Not gonna put him in greatness yet. But those young receivers have to be the next piece that falls in order for them to be competitive for an NFC championship or an NFL berth. Fun story from this one. Packers signed their kicker, Lucas Haversick, last week. He was preparing to be a substitute teacher when he received the call, then goes into this game and kicks a franchise record 61-yard field goal yesterday on Sunday. This is why I love football. This is like Kurt Warner, but kicker version.
Talk about a change of pace in life.
Yeah. Preparing to be
Or
a
the next time
substitute
he does,
teacher.
or the next time he does go to substitute teach. It's like, guess what, guys? Here's some trivia. Guess who holds the record for
This guy.
Bonus question for today. Who holds this record? It's this guy right here. Packers team was delayed 5 hours en route to Phoenix for this one. I mean, you never want to see that. Nate, you're the one that found this, I'm assuming. Was that weather related?
No, it was plane related somehow. It said like they take 2 charter flights, like one for like staff and like media members, and then the team takes another. The staff plane took off like 10 minutes before this one was supposed to. And they're like, well, by the time they figured out there's an issue with the plane, the other plane already took off. So, yeah, I guess all the staff members and, well, not owners or anything, obviously, this is the Packers, but yeah, they basically had to sit there at the airport waiting for another plane to come in for 5 hours. So,
You don't know that the owners could have been.
so much for a team walkthrough or a team
Packers don't
meeting.
have
Or,
owners, Alex.
I'm kidding because it's the fans, basically.
I just want to make sure you were
No,
good.
that was my joke. Was the owners could be on planes.
Oh, that's fair. My fault. That's me
Quite
being an
literally,
asshole.
they could be. They're probably flying commercial, but yeah, they're on planes.
you wouldn't even know they're sitting right next to you, Alex.
That's true. Look at the Lord. Next in late day Sunday action, the Cowboys double up the Commanders 44-22. Thank you. My only statement on this is George Pickens is back, CD Lamb is back. When that is the case, the Cowboys offense is humming. When those two are balling out, watch out. Jake Ferguson as well. I think he had 2 touchdowns in this game. Offensively, they can compete with anybody week to week when they are healthy. Why in the hell?
Yeah, their offense has never been the problem. It's always been their defense.
Right. And they're minus Micah Parsons now, which
That's what it. And then they got rid of their only good defensive player.
according to Jerry Jones, they're going to be better against the run now. Take that for what you will. When this team is doubling up the Commanders, why in the hell do we still have to watch this on Fox? Why can't we not turn it over to the Packers-Cardinals game?
A lot of
Nate?
people were bitching about the same thing.
I know Nate brought this up. He was
Yeah,
also-
because it's America's team.
America's team's doubling them up. We don't need to watch America's team anymore.
Boo.
The Commanders, I believe, are going to be very excited. I assume the next game, Terry McLaurin will be back in the lineup. Let's hope, because the Commanders need to pick me up.
Well, they were without Debo this game too, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. They were. So we'll see what happens in the future here with the Commanders. It's going to be interesting. For the Cowboys, defensive back Trevion Diggs missed the game after suffering a concussion at home. Not only do we have players on the field getting sideswiped by their own
warm-ups.
teammates, not only do we have Anthony Richardson somehow finding a way to break an orbital bone with a stretching band, but now we have NFL players finding ways to acquire concussions at home. This is sounding a lot like Major League Baseball injury reports now.
He was changing a light bulb, fell off the ladder. I don't know. I just made that up.
Yeah, no misreporting here, Alex.
Sorry. That's why I immediately said I was joking. I was just speculating a possible reason why.
It is a possible reason. We'll put it up there. Jim, you'll put that in the notes.
Possibly was changing light bulb, fell off ladder.
No, I'm not putting that in there.
Okay.
What?
In Sunday Night
The
Football
archives.
action, we had the 49ers beating the Falcons 20-10 with who?
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Mac Jones gets the win for the 49ers. The Falcons defense put up a fight, but in the end, the Falcons offense did not deliver. The 49ers
Truth.
defense under Robert Saleh definitely showed out in this game. This is not good if the 49ers are gaining steam prior to a Brock Purdy return. That's not good news for the NFC.
Should Brock Purdy be concerned with Mac Jones' play, though?
No.
I don't think so, just because they just paid him. So he's definitely going to get a benefit of the doubt in pretty much every situation. It may even help him realizing that there's at least a serviceable backup there that they're going to be willing to pull Brock Purdy if things start going downhill. But they have too much invested in him right now to start looking at changes like that, like really seriously looking at them. That's my take.
Well, that's what everybody thought about Falcons when they signed Kirk.
That's true. You make
He
a
was
good point,
bad.
Nate. You make a good point. And a Monday Night Football, live look-ins. We got two games tonight, Bucks at Lions and Texans at Seahawks. Right now, the only game in play is the Bucks at the Lions, and the score is
14-3 Detroit.
there we go. Get them, Lions. Sorry, Nate. I know that you're a Bucks fan, but I got bets riding on this.
No, they looked like dog shit the first half. They're lucky they're only down 14-3.
Yeah, and they're also hurt. Your team is hurt, Nate.
Very hurt. And Mike Evans came back in this game, got hurt again.
That's good. I'm glad I started them in my fantasy football situation. Good to know. All right. The only other news we have to share in the NFL is T's and P's from the podcast to former Jets offensive lineman Nick Mangold has been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, and he is seeking a donor, type O, for those that are listening. I do believe in their game this past week, they actually did not a blood drive, but a test option for the fans, both Carolina and Jets fans, to go be tested if they really wanted to consider this option.
I feel like it'd be cool to be like, yeah, I give my kidney to Mangold.
What happens if it's Fireman Ed that's the one that's the donor?
That would be perfect. That would be like the perfect Jet story, 100%. And I have to feel that Fireman Ed probably was tested before this option became available because of who he is. All right, that wraps up the NFL. Let's get into college football, NCAA football. We're going to go through games, and I would say I put them in order of maybe most interesting and most discussable. Starting with Friday night, Miami taken down by unranked Louisville, 24-21.
Beck looked like shit.
Was it 5 interceptions?
4, I think.
Okay. Right. The Louisville defense came to play.
Okay. Sure. won't argue that point.
There were some that doubted that they would be able to compete with Miami.
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
force that many turnovers, you've done something right.
That's fair.
Yeah, and they did just enough on offense to get through. Where did Miami end up in the poll this week? 10.
Miami ended up at 9.
Miami's at 9. Do we think that's a adequate downfall for them as far as a drop in the rankings?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they can still work their way up.
Yeah. By winning, we'll see how many ranked matchups are left. Next, we have number 9 Georgia beating number 5 Ole Miss 43-35.
Ole Miss hung
just
in
ran out.
there. And they hung in there for a while, and then they just lost steam. Which, surprisingly, if you look at Ole Miss's performance throughout the year, I didn't think they were going to hang on that long. And then you watch the game. I didn't think they'd be in it as long as they were, just from their general demeanor and the way Kirby had the guys ready to go. Like, good on Ole Miss for staying in the dogfight. And I mean that.
Yeah, they just couldn't get a stop on defense at all.
I mean, they were swinging, but Ole Miss or Georgia was ready to go. So good
This
on
answers
them.
the question. People were doubting Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss put up a fight.
Oh yeah, I think where'd they end up falling? 8. I think that's a great ranking, given the circumstances. I think that they're a playoff team.
Right? They definitely set themselves up to be in that conversation as long as they can survive their SEC schedule.
Yep.
Number 17 Vandy in Diego We Trust takes down number 10 LSU 31-24.
Proving that LSU is a fucking joke. And
See, this is where I'm going to get mad, Jim. Not mad, really, but I'm going to argue with you. Why aren't we saying proven Vandy is for real?
Oh, I'll go with that too. Both.
Okay.
Give me
Okay.
both.
Okay.
Jim, I need a sad Brian Kelly meme.
I don't want to put out the effort, but okay, I will.
Or Jim, if you want to just, put in the old chat GPT or whatever you're using, generate an image that has Brian Kelly
Pounding a table
at a crawfish boil, crying. You can just prompt that, make that happen. That would make my heart happy.
All right, I'm on it.
All right, so we'll see what happens with Vandy coming up. Definitely a record start for Vanderbilt this year. We'll see again what happens in the rest of their SEC schedule. Number 6, Bama beats number 11 Tennessee 37-20.
I don't think Tennessee has.
Is Bama good or is Tennessee bad?
I'm gonna go in the
Maybe a
middle on
mix of
both of those,
both?
Alex. I think Bama is Bama and Tennessee is Tennessee. I don't think Bama is great. I don't think Tennessee is awful.
Fair enough. Tennessee loses every big game they're supposed to win.
I don't think Tennessee is the Tennessee we've seen the last 2 years. I think Bama's catching their stride.
Don't forget who was at Tennessee last year, Jim.
Nico? I know.
Do we think Tennessee would be better with Nico at the helm?
No, he didn't fit the mold of Tennessee.
I won't disagree there. Next, we have number 7 Texas Tech upset by Arizona State 26-22. Alex, this is not good for your Big 12 fandom, buddy.
Not great. That was our hope.
That's
The
a
hope is
big
lost,
burn.
just like the ability of Big 12 fans to throw items on the field, including the tortillas.
That's a hell of a fall in the rankings, too.
Yeah.
I feel like, unfortunately, where Texas Tech was, it only took one slip up for a big fall.
Yeah, and we found it, and this is what happened. All right, gents.
I mean, they went below a 2-loss Notre Dame.
I do call bullshit there.
I agree.
Well, look at Notre Dame's 2 losses versus Texas Tech's 1 loss.
I don't know, Nate.
I don't know.
I mean, Notre Dame lost to Miami, who's in the top 10. And I'm blanking on who their other losses to. Was it A&M?
Yes.
Also top 10. So you have 2 top 10 losses, Notre Dame, that are close versus Texas Tech's 1 loss at an unranked.
Yeah. There's a lot going on there.
But if you factor in the strength of schedule, I don't know.
Well, gents, we've come to that time. I'm about to leave you to your devices here.
You
Oh,
sure?
no.
Gotta
Sorry,
go.
guys. I had to go out. I ordered pizza and it came late, so it just got here. That's where I disappeared.
I got you. I'll take control. I got it.
All right,
I'm
boys.
in charge. I literally am in
blast.
charge.
All right, big dog. Go ahead.
Bye,
big
Muff.
dog.
I'll miss you.
Run the
Guys,
run
you
the
want to know
wheel.
something funny now that Muff's gone?
Yeah.
He basically told me the other day that he couldn't hang out with me more than 3 times a week. Like, that was enough.
Wow.
He thought I was just saying.
Fired.
So, wait. So, we were talking about how, how we go out and we
We
watch.
know we're still live on YouTube.
No, I
right?
know. I know. You know how we go out and we watch March Madness together?
Yeah.
We go to the casino.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, we should do that. We should watch football together. And he missed the concept I was saying at the casino, like something different. He's like, I don't think we need to watch football together. Like, we hang out together a lot. Like, oh. Like, so,
Dang, Muff.
yeah. I just wanted to burn him when he couldn't defend himself. I've been waiting for that
All right.
moment. So,
Are you
just so you guys
taking
know, if you
photos?
hang out with him more than 3 times a week, too much.
I believe that about Muff, though.
So, all right,
He has
moving
no
on.
limits.
Jim, you're in charge, I guess.
No, you're the big dog. Go ahead, big dog.
No, you said, oh, I'm in charge now.
I said I would. You had pizza in your mouth. I'm just trying to help a brother out, big dog. Go ahead.
I don't. Okay, hold on.
Alex doesn't even know where we left off.
Right.
No,
Number
I'm good.
15.
I just have my notes. Hold
This
on.
is why he can't leave us in charge.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Nate, take over.
No, I'm good.
Number
I got
15,
this.
BYU. And go.
Damn it. Yeah,
You're gonna win,
I
though.
bet on Utah. I thought Utah was going to win. I've seen both teams beat the shit out of WVU, and I thought Utah looked better when they did it. So I was on Utah. They lost.
Yeah, that was upsetting. I didn't think BYU had it in them to beat Utah. Upsetting. You want me to go again? You can't take a bite and be in charge. Have you not seen how Muff does this?
I love
You
Nate
cannot
was
take
in
a bite.
charge.
You cannot take
No,
a bite
Jim's
and be
in charge. His name's on the product.
All right, number 13, Notre Dame beats USC 34-24.
Buff's going to be so disappointed when he listens to
He's
this.
gonna be so mad. USC was in it for a while, and then they weren't. It just the bottom dropped out, which I think is the story about USC. Like they don't have it in them for the long haul. Thoughts?
No, like they can get there and get a couple big gains, but like when they need a win, they can never get the win.
Yep.
Agreed.
Alex.
What?
Oh my.
Pepperoni
this
or
is why
cheese,
you're not
Alex?
in charge.
I said, okay, sorry. Missouri, number 16, Missouri takes down Auburn 23-17 in double overtime. Thankfully, this time Missouri didn't try to call a timeout. That was fake.
Yeah. I thought Missouri was great most of the game. The overtime though, kickers screwed Missouri there at the end. Luckily, they were able to pull it off. Poor Auburn, though, man. If something bad's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to Auburn. Like they just can't get it together to put a nail in people's coffins. I think Auburn's a good team. I think they're better than some of the ranked teams, but they have a.
They haven't been. Auburn hasn't been as good as they once were when Gus Malzahn was there. Once he left, they kind of took a nosedive.
I agree, but I think they also are a victim of the schedule. I think they have, like I said, I think they're better than some of these ranked teams. I think they're better than number 24 Cincinnati. I think they're better than Nebraska. Like
Probably true.
I think they're a damn good team. I think they're better than Virginia or South Florida, but they're the victim of being in the conference they are. Go ahead, Alex.
Unmute yourself, Alex.
No, he's got a mouthful of pizza.
What the heck? Okay. Number 1, Ohio State 34, Wisconsin 0.
Ohio State just Luke Fickle's sad. Like how he still has a job on Monday and Billy doesn't in Florida. I don't know.
I didn't read it, but I saw somewhere where the AD shared a statement with all of his support in Luke Fickle.
they must not have any money to do a buyout because like they haven't scored a point in 2 games, and the players look like they don't want to be there. The fans couldn't fill up like a quarter of the stadium. It was bad. Bad. Also, Julian saying for Heisman.
Oh my God! All right, moving on. Number 3,
at this
Indiana
point, nobody else
38, Michigan
is good
State
enough.
13.
No.
What,
What did
Nate?
Nate say? Nate, what did you say, buddy?
I'll say at this point, there's nobody else that's really been consistent enough to be a front runner.
All right, Alex, what say you to that, buddy?
I'm eating my pizza. I can't talk.
Exactly. Exactly. Number 3.
All right, number 3, Indiana 38, Michigan State 13. Is Indiana for real?
No.
Have you Googled Kirk Cinetti?
No. I don't think Indiana is that good. They weren't world beaters against Michigan State. I mean, they were losing a first and the second quarter for a while there. I just don't think Indiana's that good. This is a
Well, they
shit
think
Michigan
Cignetti.
State team. What'd you say?
Signed
Nate?
Cignetti to that. So they must have a lot of faith in Cignetti. Just locked him up.
Oh, they locked him up because they look at all those vacancies. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Texas A&M 45, number 4, Texas A&M 45, Arkansas 42. This game started out, Texas A&M was up like 20-something.
Yeah, Arkansas is going to come back. I don't think Arkansas is a slouch either, but A&M takes care of business here.
All right, number 8, Oregon 56, Rutgers 10.
Oregon came pissed off. Ain't no Shiano effect. Yeah, but ain't no Shiano effect in this game.
Oregon came how we expected Penn State to come versus UCLA.
Yes. Yeah, and a lot of these teams after a loss this season should come back like this, and we haven't seen it. Oregon's the first team, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that's come back from a loss, whether they shouldn't have lost, or a tough game and beat the snot out of a team.
I like it.
Yep.
Number 12, Georgia Tech 27, Duke 18.
Duke was favored in this one.
I know.
I
I
don't
feel like
understand.
I feel like we're gonna harp on this game come betting show time. But
We are.
Jim, what's your take on Georgia Tech?
I watched it. I think Georgia Tech's for real.
I really like that quarterback. I think he's tough.
Yeah,
That Hayes King.
Me too.
All right, number 14, Oklahoma 26, South Carolina, Jim's SEC champion 7.
South Carolina's dead in the water.
All right,
I
I'm
mean, I
glad
think
you're
Oklahoma's a slouch, but South Carolina, what are you doing, bud?
No, I mean, they had such high hopes with Lenore Sellers coming back and building off of last year, and it's just been a dud in every way possible.
Sellers been injury prone, but still, do something. Poke him with a stick. Do something, South Carolina.
Number 18, Virginia 22, Washington State 20.
Is this more of a statement about Washington State than it is Virginia? Because Virginia's not like
Virginia's okay, but I think Virginia winning this game by 2, ranked number 18. I think Virginia is where they should be.
Washington State, though. I think they can catch more people.
They've got chances.
Yep.
Number 19, South Florida continues to roll. 48, FAU 13. And while it's FAU, that's still a solid win.
And South Florida, if I'm right, usually this is where Muff comes in. They're a playoff team because of who they are. They could be number 19 and still make the playoff because they're a non-power 5, right?
Yeah, they could be the highest ranked group of 5. And there's a lot of rumblings that their head coach is going to get one of these open vacancies.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not.
So as much as I hate team jumping, this is somewhere where I like it. Like South Florida is a lower tier job, does well, gets promoted to big time opening.
I agree with that.
Problem I have with college football is we just jump around. But like I feel like this is the situation where I'm like, I agree with this movement. This is movement upward for good work.
Yep.
Number 21, Texas, 16, Kentucky, 13 in overtime. Texas, poo-poo.
Poop.
So basically, Ohio State's one big win is poop. Right, Nate?
I mean, if you're looking at Texas right now, but again, going into week 1, you don't know shit.
You just think, yes. Where's Muff?
No.
Damn it.
Preseason rankings are exactly what they are. Preseason rankings. Like, nobody knows anything about any of these teams.
Hey,
Texas is not who we thought they were.
Are we going to talk about WVU on here? No.
Yeah, they
it's
suck.
It's only ranked teams. My fault.
Number 22, Memphis, 24, UAB, 31. Memphis rank goes down.
I didn't even know this one. That's an upset. Wow.
Number 24, Cincinnati.
Yeah, there's a tidbit about that one, though, about UAB, because they just fired Trent Dilfer. Well, they fired Trent Dilfer as their head coach. And then you guys remember Chris Mortensen, that used to be an anchor on ESPN?
Yeah.
Passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah.
His son was named the interim head coach at UAB and got his first win.
Huh.
Nice. Good
Look at
job.
you, Nate.
Good story, Nate.
God bless. You can't take a bite. Learn how to take your bites.
Nate was talking.
You don't talk very
Jim, this
long.
is all
Nate.
All right, number 24,
this is all you.
Cincinnati,
24
49,
Cincinnati.
Oklahoma State, 17. Oklahoma State sucks. Cincinnati's pretty good.
That's a great way to sum that up. See, could have done that in between bites.
Number 25, Nebraska, 6. Minnesota, 24. Minnesota rose the boat.
Minnesota fans rush the field. How do we feel about that?
I don't like that.
Dumb.
Unless you're knocking
deserve
off
to
like
be-
a number 1, 2, or 3, and you're like unranked or low ranked, you don't rush the field.
I'm upset Muff's not on here because I really want to be like Matt Rule. Still want him as your guy?
Probably. Better than what they had.
But what does Minnesota else have to look forward to rush the field?
Also true.
That may be their only chance.
Also true. Do you guys think Matt Rule, after this performance, should be the coach of Penn State?
I don't think he should have been from the jump.
Why don't you speak up during the show, God damn it?
Who do you think should be? The truth.
I don't know
comes out.
if there is anybody that could be at this point, but I mean, I think I like what he's done with Nebraska. I think he needs to stay.
This is the kind of Nate we need on the show. Muff holds you back.
Does Muff censor you? Do you feel censored by Muff?
Yeah, he just shoots off random text or whatever. It's like, don't you fucking say anything.
Say no.
Blink once if you feel censored by Muff.
All right, Muff put the Penn State game on here and leaves.
Penn State 24, Iowa 25.
Hey,
The quote is from Muff, much of the same from Penn State defense can't contain a mobile quarterback.
They're gonna get a whole overhaul. Like I'm not gonna beat a dead horse anymore. They're gonna get a whole overhaul.
And WVU is still bad. They lost to UCF 45-13.
Does this change how you look at Rich Rod? Like,
No, I talked to my buddy at work about this today. This is a rebuilding year. I'm choosing to remain neutral for this year. Once he has some time to recruit his players, make his system known, then I'll start judging him. I am choosing this season to be neutral.
I think that's a good take.
I'm not saying I'm excited about it. I'm not saying I'm mad about it. I'm just saying I'm choosing to be like, you know what? This one's a wash. All right. The AP top 15 is number 15, Missouri. Number 14, Texas Tech. Number 13, Oklahoma. Number 12, Notre Dame. Number 11, BYU. Number 10, Vanderbilt. Number 9, Miami. Number 8, Ole Miss. Number 7, Georgia Tech. Number 6, Oregon. Number 5, Georgia. Number 4, Alabama. Number 3, Texas A&M. Number 2, Indiana. And number 1, Ohio State. How do we feel about those?
To be clear, there's only 2 or 3 undefeated teams. Is Texas A&M undefeated?
Yes.
Yes.
So Ohio State at 1, undefeated. 3. No, Indiana's undefeated. No? Yes?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think Indiana defeated. A&M and so is
3
Georgia
are
Tech.
undefeated. 4, Alabama has a loss. Georgia has a loss. Oregon has a loss. Georgia Tech undefeated at 7.
Who have they beat though?
Yeah, but I think you gotta look at who these losses are to. Like Alabama, I think is suspect losing to Florida State. Looking at Florida State now, but Alabama beats Georgia. Okay, you put Alabama ranked ahead of Georgia, and then Oregon obviously lost to Penn State. Penn State has fallen off as we said before. So
Oregon
Oregon
lost to Indiana.
lost to Indiana.
Oh, that's right. Oregon lost to Indiana. My bad. But yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech, it's like, I think they have room to get up there. I mean, but the ACC is not helping them at all.
I don't know, man.
I mean, between Georgia, Alabama, and A&M, they're going to knock each other out.
Where do you put Georgia Tech then, Jim?
I think you put them at 6 and knock Alabama to 7.
But they beat Georgia.
If we're going to say the ACC is the problem with Georgia Tech and Florida State beat Alabama.
I think my argument is I think if you're going to move Georgia Tech up, you almost have to put it at 4 and just drop everyone.
Fine.
I don't think you can put Georgia Tech above Georgia and not above Alabama.
And this is where Muff would come in and be like, doesn't matter until we get to play.
Yep, just make the play.
Matter.
Pairs.
All right, NCAA Week 9 notable matchups in our teams. Number 15, Missouri at number 10, Vanderbilt is the game day game.
I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. I'm excited for that.
Agreed. Number 8, Ole Miss at number 13, Oklahoma.
I say Ole Miss bounces back on this one.
I wouldn't.
If they don't, I think they're in trouble.
I agree with that too, Nate.
Number 3, Texas A&M at number 20, LSU.
Go Aggies.
Number 1 in the FCS versus number 2 in the FCS, North Dakota State versus South Dakota State.
Muff put this in here, and I know him, and I know we're missing something. There's got to be some kind of like highlights here, some kind of score from previous games, quarterback play with records. There's some kind of like hidden gem that he put this in here for us.
Or just number 1 versus number 2.
No, I'm telling you, that's too on the nose for us.
No, I put that in there when I saw, because there were people saying, well, with Vandy or whatever winning whatever, of course they're going to go there. You have number 1 versus number 2 in FCS. You've been there before. Honestly, I'm going to be watching that game versus whatever other game's on.
See, I knew it was something more. I knew it. 1 and 2 isn't too.
But no, if you have never watched like the FCS playoffs, they are some good damn football.
So Nate says, what day is this?
Saturday.
Nate says
Saturday at 7.
It's on there. Go ahead. What's next? The TCU at WVU. You going to this game, Alex?
No, I'll be at homecoming.
Didn't you buy tickets for the season?
Yes.
How many games have you gone to?
All of them. Mostly except the first one, which we sold the tickets. It was Robert Morris.
Okay.
And then we went to the rest of them. And then we're missing this one. And then we'll go to Colorado.
Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that game. Okay.
Penn State and Ohio State are idle this week.
It's going to be a weird weekend for me.
And then for frame of reference, is this Muff notes? I need to know if I need to read them as Muff.
Yes, this is a Muff.
Okay. Indiana.
This is 100% Muff note.
Okay. I figured when I saw frame of reference, it seemed like something Muff would say.
Yeah.
Indiana is 7-0 in back-to-back seasons for the first time ever. Georgia Tech is 7-0 for the first time since 1966. Vandy is 6-1 for the first time since 1950. UVA is 6-1 for the first time since 2007. Ohio State, Indiana, and Miami, no longer is relevant, have 0 games remaining against top 25 teams going into the last weekend. So I'm going to pause here. Tell me, what is Ohio State's big win? If you have to pick one.
I've not once said that they have.
No, I know. I'm just asking, like, if you had to pick one, if they beat Michigan, right?
Even then, like, do you hear me bitching?
No, I'm just asking.
But again, have we not made the same claims against Bama in the past?
Oh yeah.
I don't care.
Okay. Top 11 SEC schools have 18 top 25 games left.
Illinois, a ranked Illinois, if I have to give you an answer.
Okay. I've thought Illinois was decent, so I'll give you that. Top 11 SEC schools have 18 top 25 games left. Texas A&M has 3 all on the road. Ole Miss has 2. Bama has 3. Georgia has 3. LSU has 4. And Tennessee has 3.
I thought
I
this.
feel like Muff dropped this tidbit in and then walked away from the conversation.
No, to this point, and this is what I would do if Muff was here. I think this speaks to the parity of college football right now. I think this shows NIL's impact on college football right now. And I had thought to myself, either this weekend or the weekend before, the Big Ten's claim, and they're still trying, the Big Ten's claim that they're the toughest conference is very hard to make right now. Penn State's fucking it up. The Oregon-Indiana game fucked it up. There's not a lot of like teams in the Big Ten right now that are supporting the Big Ten's a tough conference. When you have teams like Wisconsin and Nebraska going out there, Rutgers, laying just dog shit games out there. And then you have the SEC out there that are just absolute hammers. Sorry, Big Ten. Like, you have Ohio State this year. And they, to Alex's point, have played no one. I don't think the Big Ten's a tough conference this year. And still may lose to Michigan.
Nate, comments?
I agree with everything Jim said. I mean, SEC top to bottom this year. I mean, that's a conference that I don't think anybody would want to be in right now if you had to jump conferences. Every other conference right now, outside of Ohio State right now, it seems like every other conference is just parity, could be wide open to anybody. I mean, there's not a dominant team. I mean, we thought Texas Tech was that in the Big 12, and they got Ohio State's just status quo. They're going to keep winning. Georgia Tech is hopefully the saving grace of the ACC because it's not Clemson, it's not Florida State.
Or Miami.
Well, Miami still has a chance. I mean, at least Miami didn't get the doors blown off of them or something. But I mean, it's an ugly home loss in prime time to an unranked opponent.
And like I said about Auburn, put Auburn in the Big Ten, the ACC. I don't want to Ohio State going against Auburn. You put Auburn in for Penn State in 2 weeks. No, thank you. I don't like that. The SEC is a tough conference right now.
All right. Other NCAA football news. Monty Quinn of Division III Curry College ran for an all-division record 522 yards over the weekend. That smashes the old record, 424 yards, by Samaje Perine, who is now in the NFL, with touchdown runs of 30 yards, 58 yards, 64, 78, 84, and 85 yards.
What does Muff want me to say to this?
Wolf. He's a dog.
All right.
I don't care what league you play in. 522 yards, you're a dog.
Did a lot of running that.
Or the team you're playing dog shit.
All right, current coaching openings in Division I football. Arkansas, Colorado State, Florida, Kent State, interim coach currently that was announced prior to the season starting. Oklahoma State, Oregon State, Penn State, Stanford, interim coach currently that was announced prior to season starting, Virginia Tech, UAB, and UCLA. I think at this point with UCLA
Yeah, so
success, go on.
I was gonna say, I think what Muff said earlier about their list being bigger, I think it is a bigger list than we all thought.
Oh yeah,
I think this is just the precursor. I think this is the year we see.
Yeah, there's gonna be more.
But I think this is the year we see just the carousel. And I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago we saw a nice spin in the carousel. I think this year's going to be crazy. Honestly.
Well, and I think when you see two of them, two big name programs like Florida and Penn State in there, you know we're in for a crazy offseason.
Yeah. I think you'll see, like, especially with Lane Kiffin in the mix, talking about going to Florida, you know, then that pops up on Ole Miss. You're going to see coaches get paid ridiculous amounts of money. And what's this do for the transfer portal? Like,
it's
you
open.
got decommits left and right, you know, and then you got the old dogs. Like, you throw Nick Saban and Urban Meyer. That those names always get bounced around in these situations.
What's the number that gets Nick Saban or Urban Meyer to school? You know what I mean?
Somebody said $50 million for Saban.
I don't think Miss Terry lets him. He's got it.
Yeah, I don't think Miss Terry lets him out either. But $50 million a year.
Do you think UCLA?
I don't know, but of these open jobs, which other than the two big name ones in Florida and Penn State, which one of these do you think would be the most attractive to a coach looking for an opening?
I think it. So not an SEC school. Not if you're. It depends on where you're at in your career, right? Like if you're a new guy trying to get in, I don't think it matters. If you're a guy who's on the way out,
UCLA.
You'll take an Arkansas.
I mean, if to flip over one of these programs like a Kirk Cignetti did at Indiana, which one of these do you think has the best opportunity to do that?
UCLA. You're in California. That recruiting base is nuts. You got the Big Ten. I think UCLA. USC's not.
Yeah, I think that out there. I'm also intrigued by who goes to Virginia Tech, because I mean the ACC, like as we've seen, is wide ass open right now. You've got the tradition there with Enter Sandman. I mean, and no one's really has done anything with that program since Beamer has left.
But see, that's why I'm worried about Virginia Tech. It's the same thing with Penn State. You got the shadow, the Joe Pa Beamer shadow. The same thing with Texas. Like, you still got what's his face hanging over your head.
Mac.
Yeah, those places like that are hard. Oklahoma State's one I would avoid like the plague because they've proven they're never going to get you the NIL money you need.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon State, do they have a conference?
I think they're still in what they consider the Pac-12.
I'm avoiding that.
And then Washington State and some. No, you're not. I don't think you're going to get anybody to go to Oregon State.
So I think
Arkansas. Arkansas is a little bit of a question mark. I mean, we just saw, as we talked earlier, they only lost by 3 to the number 4 team in the country.
And they got a pipeline.
I mean, that's an SEC school. Yeah. I mean, you still got to recruit like hell to get kids to come to Arkansas, but they do it in baseball. I mean, they've been a hell of a baseball program for the past couple of years in the College World Series. Seems like every year now.
Yeah.
I mean, they got John Calipari there as the basketball coach.
Yeah, you got a pipeline. You got some fanfare there. I think that's my third. I think it would go UCLA, Virginia Tech, Arkansas. If you cut the big two out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. Now, if I'm an up and comer, I would cut my teeth at Colorado State. You get a chance to play Dion every year. You know you're going to get a game on TV. If I were cutting my teeth and I wanted to like shoot my shot and build something from scratch, I'd go Colorado State.
I can see that.
So yeah.
All right. Now it's time for other interesting news in sports.
Interesting news in sports.
Starting with hockey, we have Jim's team, the Seattle Kraken, starting at 3-0-2 in second in the Pacific Division. In the Pittsburgh Penguins, starting 4-2-0.
I don't even get to talk about my team.
Okay, go ahead. I was just going to say them both and then open it up, but go ahead.
Damn. So they're having a good run, except tonight they're down 5-2 against Philly, and that's not good. It makes me upset.
That was what you stopped me for.
Go ahead.
I felt like that was what Muff would say, and I'm trying to channel my inner Muff.
How about Youngers still playing pro hockey?
Utah Mammoth unveiled their new mascot, Tusky, who came out of an ice block. Did you see this? This was really cool.
I did not.
They like melted him out of this block of ice, and this mammoth just comes out, and it's Tusky the mammoth.
Nate, this is where your role is. You would send us this on Instagram. I can't believe you're not playing your part.
Sorry, I'll work.
Muff being gone.
What about the mammoth here?
You would send us a
It has.
I feel like it definitely ended up.
No, I feel like this is gonna be your kid's new favorite mascot.
Nope.
Oh, I'm excited about it. It's definitely my second favorite team.
No,
just because of the mascot.
Yeah.
What is the KHL?
KHL's in Europe.
It's a Russian hockey league.
Russian?
I think it's like a Russian hockey league.
But they banned a referee for life after allowing a goal to stand that went through the side netting.
How? Only in Russia. He was probably drunk.
Ruski. Drink some vodka.
Well, they even reviewed it from what I saw on that post about it.
Huh. All right. We're not doing.
We have baseball news. Are you excited? All right. Shohei Ohtani dominates the NLCS Game 4, sending the Dodgers to the World Series. Shohei went 3 for 3 with 3 solo home runs to go with 6 shutout innings pitched and 10 strikeouts. The first leadoff home run by a pitcher in Major League Baseball history, first postseason multi-home run game by a pitcher, and the first MLB player with 3 home runs and 10 strikeouts.
Probably will be the only.
He's that guy.
It's like building a character in a video game, and it's like putting it on like rookie mode. That's what he looks like right now.
I just crossed my wire here. Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin have agreed to terms on a 5-year extension with incentives up to $13.4 million a year, expected to be announced within the season. Buyout is expected to be north of $67 million. So that would take Kiffin off.
All right, so Kiffin is not going to Florida.
Right, that takes that off the board. So then we could say Franklin to Florida, right?
Florida.
Confidently.
I mean, I think that's what it looks like right now.
Right. Okay. Carry on.
The ACLS Game 7 is Mariners versus Blue Jays. It is in progress.
Yay.
And it is 2-1 Mariners in the 4th.
All right. We have basketball news. This NBA season tips off tomorrow.
Nobody.
2 games. The Rockets at the Thunder. Kevin Durant becomes the highest paid player over a career after signing a 2-year extension for $90 million with the Rockets. Almost $600 million lifetime contract earnings to play basketball. Warriors at Lakers without LeBron.
Lift the hoop up.
Caitlin Clark is returning to action on the golf course, not the basketball court. Clark, whose second season in the WNBA ended early because of a series of injuries, will return to play in the Pro-Am next month at the Annika on the LPGA Tour event on November 12th.
Muff screwed our eyes out here. I mean, he put these notes in, I assume.
I actually sent him this because I thought like he would be intrigued by it. But yeah, I just thought it's crazy that people who are good at something are good at everything.
So you're impressed by her talent, is what you're telling us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people who are good at
Okay.
something are good at everything.
Did you see Angel Reese in the Vicky's Secret runway?
Did I see her playing professional golf? That's what we're talking about.
No, I'm asking, did you see her on the Vicky's Secret runway?
No, I did not.
Because that would confirm your theory. If you're good at something, you're good at everything.
Oh dear.
I like
Well,
Muff
that
saying
wraps up this week's episode of Sports Stuff with Alex and Jim and Nate.
Get him, big dog.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Big Dog. As always,
Is that Coach O or is that Alex?
He did sound like
sub-
the old Ogeron.
as always, subscribe to our
Ogeron, Arkansas.
YouTube channel and like, comment,
Coach
rate,
State.
subscribe, poke, like, tickle.
Get the bell on. Is this how
Ding,
we're ending it?
ding.
Are you just gonna like muff through this ending?
Yeah,
All right.
I have heard it enough. I'm used to it. And in order to keep this rocket ship going up, 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 up towards the moon, you have to tell a friend, make a friend, be a friend. I'm not ending this thing. Oh my gosh. I don't think I